guys, so today what we're going to talk about is 10 things that I learned when I spent 5 weeks of no excess spending. So I have some notes here on my Dwight Schrute office pad. So if I'm going like this, I'm just looking at the notes. Alright, so I just kind of wanted to tell you the background. So Eric and I have some financial goals, and one of those goals is to pay for our Walt Disney World vacation and our big road trip that we're hoping to take next year before we go on it. So to have all the money saved up and things like that. And we were kind of looking at our projected dates and stuff, and we realized like we might not make our goal unless we make some changes. So we made some pretty drastic changes, and there were two things that really we implemented. So the first one is we are only going to spend $75 a week on groceries and food. And then the second one is that we were going to have no excess or no extra spending, other than of course like bills and stuff to keep us alive, because student loans will never rest. So what we were going to do is, our original goal was we were going to have 4 weeks, and after every 4 weeks we were going to kind of reevaluate things, and then we would each be able to spend $25 or $30 around then on whatever we wanted if we stayed within our budget and didn't spend anything. And so I actually went 5 weeks before I caved. And I learned a lot of things, so I wanted to share with you guys the 10 things that I learned. So the first thing that I learned is it's possible. It's possible to go that time without eating out. It's possible to go without buying new books or anything. I can do it, and I survived, and my life wasn't horrible or anything like that, which was very dramatic when we were creating our budget. And yeah, but it was very possible. The second thing that I learned that it's really important to have more discretion about when you are spending your money. So let me give you a quick example. Earlier this year, there was a great deal on this Thomas Kincaid Disney calendar. And I love Cinderella. She's one of my favorites, like top 5 Disney princesses. And I just thought this was really beautiful. This is like one of these kinds of Oh, it's not just Cinderella. It has Beauty and the Beast and different ones. So I thought this was really pretty, and it was a good deal. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was a good deal. So I bought it. Problem is, I don't really use calendars at all. And so I bought it without really spending time thinking about it, spending time thinking, what is it worth my money or not? And when you put yourself on a budget, when you are learning how to manage your money, you learn very quickly to have discretion with what you spend your money on. Because I have basically $25, $30 in a whole month. So you better believe I am really thinking about what I'm going to spend that money on, and if I really want it, and if I'll really use it. And so it kind of cuts spending like that out. Even if it's a good deal, if you're not going to use it, it's a bad deal. Doesn't matter. Alright, so that was number 2. Number 3 was that even if it's something you do want, it is okay to not get everything you want. It is okay to not consume everything. So I'm really starting to get into makeup. I'm having a fun time with it. I really like it as a form of self-expression. And obviously I'm a huge Disney fan, and so Disney and ColourPop, which is a makeup, I've never tried them, but I'm still very new. They had a collaboration together, and I died. It was beautiful. It looked like really, I just wanted it so badly. But it was released really near the beginning of our little experiment, so I couldn't spend it. And those things sold out. A lot of things that I wanted sold out really quickly. And when I was like seeing it, because I was stalking the website, when I was seeing it get sold out, my heart was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. Because like I was right on the ball. I could have bought it if I wanted to. And so at first it was really hard. But as the weeks went on and on, I realized, you know what? I did want that, but it's okay if I don't have it. Like, if I have to choose what I could live without, I would rather be able to save for my Walt Disney World vacation than get little things along the way, like some really beautiful makeup. And, yes. All right. So, number 4. Number 4 was I learned that I have more power and more control in my life than I might expect. So when you put yourself on a strict budget, or when you are teaching yourself the practicalities of personal finance, it gave me, well, first I was depressed and it was really hard, but then I realized like that money does not have control over me. Money doesn't have power over me. This is money that God has blessed me with, right? This is money that I have earned, that I have worked for, my husband and I. And so that by putting myself on a budget, I am telling my money where it's going. I am in control of it. I'm saying, no, you are not going to be spent on Chipotle 2 or 3 times a week. Instead, I'm saving you. You're going on a really cool vacation that will have lasting memories. So it really made me feel more empowered over my finances. So that's great. All right, so that was number 4. Number 5. Number 5 was it helped me find joy in what I already have. So let me show you this example. So on part of my little makeup journey, I'm sorry this is kind of gross. I couldn't get the gunk off the package. This was hard to open. So a while ago I bought this Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette. It was $3 or $5, something like this, really cheap. And when I first tried it, I did not like it at all. It didn't work for me. I hated it and I liked it. But when I was kind of getting a little sad about not being able to buy the new Disney makeup, I was like, you know what? Let me give this a second shot. So like I just spent probably like 30-40 minutes like playing with this, trying to work with this, and you know what? I found out how I could use it. And this is something that if I wasn't on a budget, I probably wouldn't force myself to try to play with this anymore. And now I really like this. So it helped me find more joy in what I already have. Okay, the 6th thing that I learned when I didn't spend any money was I learned to challenge myself. And I learned to challenge myself specifically to use up what I already had. So to use up things like specifically groceries. So instead of buying more groceries, we would try to wait as long as we could to go to the grocery store. And so it really helped me to not be as wasteful with food. Like, I don't think any produce went bad at all because we planned it so well and because we were using it. So it really taught us to not waste as much. All right. Number 7, expand my horizon. So this was actually really fun. So being on a budget forced me to look into different options. So I love to read, and honestly, I usually buy my books off of Amazon or on my Kindle, and I will purchase it. But can't do that, right? When you have 5 weeks of not spending any money, can't do that. So I went to the library. And our library has a pretty small selection of books. It's not great. But what that did is it forced me to find something that I liked within my free option. And guess what I did? I discovered specifically 2, but a little bit more, probably more than 2 books that I really liked. And when you see the October book review, there's some good ones in there. And I found it at the library, and I don't think I would have come across them if I wasn't forced to look at that. We also found another good option for a grocery store, which is Aldi's. I've never heard about it before, but I was trying to search on how to save money at grocery stores, and Aldi's was really cheap, and it's pretty close to us. So we just tried different things. It's kind of nice to be able to get out of your routine, and not spending any money for 5 weeks will help you get out of a routine. Okay, number 8, it brought me general appreciation, specifically for going out to eat. Oh my goodness, when we broke that our little fast or whatever, so after I think after 5 weeks, we had a gift card to Lucille's Barbecue, and to celebrate spending that amount of time hitting our budget every week and not going over and not spending everything, we were like, you know what, we are using this gift card. We had to pay a little bit extra, so that broke our streak. And that was the best time I've ever been to Lucille's, because it was such a celebration, and it was so nice not having to cook, because I've been cooking all the meals the whole time. And I wasn't used to it because we would go out to eat every so often. So it really made me appreciate going out to a restaurant, which is nice, because sometimes we used to complain like, what do you want? Where do you want to go? I don't know. What do you want to do for dinner? You know, have you ever had those kinds of conversations? And when you don't go out to eat as often, you are like thinking about it. It's all you could think about. Like, you're excited about it, and so you have an answer. If you have not been spending any money for 5 weeks, then you could do it. All right. So number 9 is it helped me be more understanding, particularly with my husband, Eric. So we were going through this together, and I really wanted that makeup during that time. And during that time, he really wanted these special decks of cards. So this is what he used his $30 with eventually. He enjoys, like, he calls it cardistry, I believe, and like showing me magic tricks and practicing. And so he wanted these because it's a special pretty deck. It is pretty. I like it a lot. I don't do magic, but I will watch him. Anyway, so he really wanted these, and it was really hard for him to wait to get it, just like it was hard for me. So it brought us a little bit closer, because we have this shared goal, this shared financial goal, and it was really nice to work towards it together, and it just built our understanding that we had for each other. So that was 9. All right, last one, number 10, for the 10 things I've learned about not spending in 5 weeks. Jumble wordy title, sorry about that. I couldn't make it more concise. All right, it was just a general thought of dreams are attainable. So when we looked at our budget at the beginning of when we started this, it seemed like we would not make our goal. And now it's been a little while since then of trying to work really hard, and we might be able to do it. I think we'll be able to do it. So it just filled my heart with some more hope doing this, to realize, you know what, it seemed like almost impossible, but it's not impossible. We just had to really challenge ourselves. We had to make a plan, figure out the plan, and we have to have a lot of patience. We have to work hard, and it wasn't fun. Like, we're still doing it. You know, it's not fun to not be able to spend a bunch of money like we want to. It's not fun to not be able to go out to Chipotle. Can you tell I want Chipotle a little bit right now? It's not fun, but you know what? It's our dream. You know, our dream is we want a road trip to Disney World and back from California. And that sounds like such a fun adventure, and we want that adventure. So we could do it. All right. So that was the 10 things I learned in 5 weeks of not spending any money. Weird title. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any financial goals or any tips, I would love to hear it. If you are saving for a Disney World or any vacation, tell me about that, because I'm dreaming of Disney World. Okay, bye.